Welcome to the Revitalization Blueprint podcast. I'm your host, Ollie Matthews, an expert when it comes to health optimization for successful entrepreneurs. Here, you will find all you need to make sure you can fully optimize your health, transforming your body, mind, business, and relationships to become the upgraded, 100% revitalized, modern man that you deserve to be. Enjoy. Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Ollie Matthews, the guy behind the Revitalization Blueprint. Elite entrepreneurs come to me for their health optimization. But I'm going to apologize because I've slacked a little bit. I've slacked with this podcast and I've said I'm going to bring it back, and you're probably thinking, Ollie, you've said that before. This is total BS. Well, this time it's different because I'm on a mission. I'm looking to speak to some of the world's most inspirational people. People that have built up big businesses. People that have done inspirational things. People that have pushed themselves further and further every single day. Because they know their life has no limits. And the more they can achieve and the more they believe, the more they actually impact the world. I'm going to make sure that there's one episode a week at least where it's a full feature episode. I'm not going to chuck out all my Facebook lives every single day on here like I've been doing in the past. I'm going to put 2 of them out each week. If you want to check out my Facebook lives, which I do Monday to Friday, then get on Facebook. Add me as a friend, Ollie Jordan Matthews. But here's the deal there. If you add me as a friend, don't just go silent. Make sure that you're there. And if I say thank you for the request, how can I help? Or thank you for the request and where did you find me? Just say, I listened to your podcast, the show's cool, or the show's shit if you think it's shit, and we're connecting. Although I really doubt you'll be adding me as a friend and putting the effort into messaging me to say the show's shit if you think it's shit. But that's enough shit. Today, I'm going to be going through the 5 hardest things any entrepreneur struggles with. In fact, let me rephrase that because it's going to have to change on the title to make it actually sound decent, like proper English, like proper English that an international best-selling author would actually talk about. The 5 hardest things that entrepreneurs struggle with to increase their focus, energy, and performance, aka their health. Because your body is your business. Without a sustainable body, you haven't got a sustainable business, let alone scalable. In fact, you haven't got a sustainable life. Let's go straight in here. The first thing that entrepreneurs struggle with to get a level of consistency is food. Food seems simple. We know we have to eat real food. It's not rocket science. You get all this junk food thrown at you. But there's some sort of block, shall we say. There's a block that stops us eating food that fuels our body, that we respect, that gives us back. We still go for the food that is out there which doesn't serve us. We go for so much processed stuff. If we have intolerances, we still eat gluten and wonder why we're bloated. We still eat dairy and wonder why we're bloated, if those are the things that cause you the bloat. If you don't have a reaction to them, totally fine. There are so many different foods out there, you can have reactions to any of them. However, awareness around your food is crucial, it is key. And so many entrepreneurs put off, and they push till tomorrow, getting their food in check. Food which is going to help them with their focus, help them with their energy, help you with your performance. And the more focus, the more energy, the more performance you have, the more fat you're going to lose, the more money you're going to make. Which is key, right? The more energy you're going to have to be there for your friends and family and your children after you've finished that day of hustling. So food is the first one. The second one is hydration. We know we need to drink. Now, our water isn't as great as it used to be. There's a lot of chemicals around. There's a lot of additives around in the materials that are making up our sewage systems. We don't want to drink from the sewers. Our pipes that come from the reservoirs. Now, as a result, we don't get as many minerals in our water that we used to do. Therefore, just drinking isn't always good enough. I like to add some pink Himalayan rock salt to my water just to add some minerals in there to help your uptake within your body. But your body is 65% water. And even a couple of percent of dehydration can really negatively impact your performance. It's surprising how many people will go for these energy drinks. They'll go grab a Monster, a Red Bull, or whatever the energy drink is around and use that thinking it's going to hydrate him. It's going to hydrate you to a bit, but not as good as water. Plus, all those added stimulants in there are going to add to something else, which is going to be one we talk about in 2 more points. So get your water in. Get your food in, get your water in. The third one is sleep. Now, in this day and age, it's easy to get distracted. We have an extension to our arm, which isn't a mobile phone anymore. Not many people actually call on their mobile phone. You're addicted to social media. The dopamine release when you get a like, when you get a comment, when you get a friend request. Social media is pretty much, most technology is seeming to impact your sleep in a negative way. Now, if you sleep for 6 hours or less, for even just 2 weeks, your body's testosterone levels are going to drop by about 10 to 15%. There is a study that shows that. If you sleep for lower than you need, you're not doing your health any good. Now, we know there are going to be some days when you don't get much sleep. That is fine, but what can you do? Myself, personally, I have an AM/PM bookend. I have a certain routine I have in the morning, which involves journaling, meditation, reading, and doing some exercise. And in the evening, it involves journaling, usually does involve reading, a breathing exercise to calm down, but also getting blue light blocking glasses. And an hour before I go to sleep, I switch off my phone and I put it in a different room, charging. Now, some people go into depths which aren't as efficient as such, but each to their own with them. And you could even switch off your Wi-Fi, but honestly, myself, when it comes to switching off Wi-Fi, one extra little Wi-Fi signal in the house, which is pretty crap in the bedroom anyway, my phone can't actually get it, then it's not really going to do too much. Now, this goes as well for watching television. I watch TV, but I like to have 45 to 60 minutes before bed where I'll go read a book, and it's not going to be a business book. It's going to be a book which is going to be able to let my brain think, have a lot of imagery in it. I love the Lee Child books or autobiographies which are quite descriptive. And I'm actually going to read it, not with Kindle, not on my phone. I'm going to read it with pages. Now, I have just got rid of a lot of books. There's a good documentary on Netflix called Minimalism, which I very highly recommend you watch. I've just got rid of over half my books in my room, and I'm getting rid of more and more each week. Ready to take to a charity shop and give to charity, see if anyone else can help them. And it's actually quite powerful. But I still have books in the evening before I go to bed, which I read. The fourth one is stress. Stress is all around us. Now, before we get into this, I need to let you know that stress is not something we want to completely take out of our life. Stress helps you push forward. Stress helps you when you move to that next level. Stress helps you by pushing you out of your comfort zone. Stress can actually be good. It's excessive stress for extended amounts of time, which really push your system beyond recovery abilities. It actually pushes you so far that your central nervous system can't recover. As a result, you have extreme cortisol buildup, which is raised for longer than it needs to be raised, because we do need cortisol once again to help us in the mornings. And we do want to make sure there's some healthy levels in our body, but then it lowers during the day and we can relax and go to sleep. However, a lot of people will be wired throughout the day, wired when they go to sleep, because cortisol is everywhere. And that can lead to other issues. It can lead to insulin problems. It can lead to diabetes. It can lead to obesity. It can lead to just chronic fatigue because you are so stressed. Now, a lot of people think that to de-stress, you need to do some exercise. And exercise is great. Exercise isn't one of these 5 hardest things though. Exercise is great. However, fighting fire with fire, if you've already got a lot of psychological stress in your body, in your system, and you go and fight it with physiological stress, chances are you're fighting fire with fire. Exercise is dose dependent. We need to make sure that we slow down to speed up. That is going to be crucial. That is going to be key. If we slow down, we can speed up and push ourselves harder. But if you're going in #beast mode, killed it every single day of the week, chances are you're going to be going beyond your recovering abilities in your body. Add that to the stress that comes into your day-to-day life, of your schedule, of your family, of your friends, of actually just pushing your business forward. That's going to lead to something which you may not be able to come back from. We need stress. We don't need extreme stress for extreme amounts of time. And the 5th one here, the hardest things that entrepreneurs struggle with implementing for their health, is shiny objects. We get distracted a lot. Most people get distracted a lot because they start doing something and then they want a quick fix. It's essentially getting into a conversation with a squirrel. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great and I've done this today. Oh my God, a nut. And you start going around, oh my God, a nut. Oh my God, a nut. And you just literally jumping from thing to thing, from program to program, from coach to coach. Some of my most successful clients have been with me 3 to 4 years. In fact, a guy who I class the A player of all A player entrepreneurs, in fact, that's his business name as well, Ron Reich, this is his 4th year working with me. We are getting more and more consistency and better results with this consistency as we go through. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs want to do it themselves. You want to push yourself. I get that. And you don't want to ask for help. But 1 week you're trying keto, 1 week you're trying vegan, 1 week you're trying intermittent fasting, 1 week you're doing a couple of them mixed together, 1 week you're doing CrossFit, the next week you're doing trail runners, next week you're doing Tough Mudders and Spartan races, the next week you're doing bodybuilding, the next week you're powerlifting, then you're weightlifting, the next week you're doing an ultra marathon. Jack of all trades, master of none? What happened to just being healthy? What happened to pushing yourself? And then it comes to different supplements that you want to try, rather than getting the basics in, just getting your food in. You want to try this supplement because it's a great fat burner, that supplement because it helps your insulin, that supplement because it helps your stress. You want to grab your bulletproof coffee and have loads of coconut oil and loads of MCTs in your coffee in order to help boost your brain function, when keeping it simple will work better for you more consistently, especially with your schedule. When it comes to having to travel, having to get to masterminds, having to push in work to get your business to move forward. All these things come into play when it comes to improving your health, improving your focus, your energy, and your performance as an elite entrepreneur. Guys, I will be back next week. And hopefully I'll have a great interview next week. I'm speaking with some great people as to getting the dates arranged in order to interview them. People like Leon Logothetis, who's from the Kindness Diaries. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, watch that. The 2nd season is out now. Another guy, Jordan Wiley from Hunted. If you haven't actually looked at the Peter Blexley interview from Hunted back in December, well, that was pretty amazing. But I'm going to be interviewing Jordan Wiley, who is one of the hunters, but that's not just it. The guy has done a lot of runs through dangerous places. He's now going to be doing a big row through dangerous places. And literally just before I recorded this, he just messaged me saying he's doing 15 marathons in 15 days just to raise more money. He's an amazing guy, and we'll be interviewing him very, very soon. I'm also going to have some amazing entrepreneurs around the world. Some guests I may have had on before. But I promise you, even if it's just a 15, 20-minute episode, there will be one perfect. There will be one great episode for you every single week, along with 2 audio versions of my Facebook Lives. Have a great day. If you want to actually speak to me, drop me a message. When I say on my lives that you can drop me a message and we get on a call to implement some powerful things with your health, I mean it. Not a sales call. If you want to work with me with coaching, fine. If you want to jump on a call, drop me a message on Facebook, drop me a message on Twitter or Instagram at OJAYPT, or go to the website revitalizationblueprint.com with a Z, and we will get into a conversation and push your health forward. Have a great day. And remember, your body is your business.